Hi, guys, and welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for being with me here today. I am currently sitting in my car and I felt inspired to bring a message to you that was sitting on my heart so that I hope that it resonates with someone. I hope it's helpful for someone today. And the message is, how can you, or the question I suppose, is how can you better use those moments in between? And while you sit with that question for a minute, I'll just let you know you'll probably hear some background noise. I'm sure you would have heard that car just drive past. You may hear some birds. You may hear splashes of rain hitting the roof of my car. Let me describe to you where I am, and then the context of this episode will make sense as well. So I'm sitting on the side of a country road in the Byron Bay hinterland, and that's why there's the sound of a few cars driving past. It's a pretty dreary day. The sky is completely covered with a blanket of grey cloud. There's occasional raindrops, but nothing torrential, which is nice. And I'm surrounded pretty much by this wall's not the right word, tapestry of green. There are beautiful big trees overhead. I'm next to like a farm fence, like a barbed wire fence with old timber posts. There's rolling green hills beyond. There's a couple of beautiful big trees. I can see the ridge line of the hills, and it's covered in trees as well. I've just driven along the most stunning, beautiful country road, just completely through like an archway of endless green trees. There's raindrops sitting on the windscreen of my car. I can hear lorikeets in the background, and there's a beautiful breeze that's blowing through the leaves of the wet leaves of the trees. So if that gives you a bit of a picture of where I am, the reason that I felt called to talk about the moments in between is because I'm here a little bit early. I am meeting a friend for lunch in this beautiful location, and I'm early. And so, and here comes the rain. And so this is a moment in between. It's in between my driving to get here and lunch. Let me put my window up. Oh my goodness. So now you can probably hear the rain as well on the roof of my car. And as you know, if you've listened to any of my other episodes, you'll know that this podcast is very much about real life, and I try not to edit these episodes too much because I don't want them to be perfect. I want them to be a reflection of what's going on in my life so that you have something to relate to, and you can feel as though your life doesn't need to be perfect either, because so much of what we get fed through different sources in our life is perfection, and I don't want to appear that way. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I'm in a moment in between. I'm in between when I was driving and when my lunch begins. And I was having this conversation with a beautiful friend of mine earlier today about how so many of us, most of us I would say, have lost the ability to just sit and be with our thoughts and not allow ourselves to be distracted or not look for distractions. I could sit here in my car waiting for my friend, checking my email, checking Instagram. I could go on Facebook. I could read the news. I could even call someone. Like, all of these things are ways of distracting ourselves. And I think there's so much beauty and so much value and joy to be found in just allowing ourselves to be. This morning when I woke up, I was alone for a little while and I had no one to interrupt me, no one around, and I just went outside and I sat down in a chair in the backyard, and I didn't have my phone with me, and I just sat and I kind of just like took in what I could see. I had thoughts running through my mind. I let them go. And it was a really peaceful moment. And I feel like we can benefit so deeply from those moments, because not only like mentally does it give our brain a break from constantly processing and like keeping up with things, but it's also a physical relaxation. Our nervous system has a chance to take a breath and to settle and to come back into a form of balance. And I think it's so important that we nurture our bodies in that way and we respect our time. And I just feel really, really passionate about this. Mind you, you could also say that recording a podcast while I'm sitting here in these moments in between is a form of distraction. And so if I have time after I've finished recording, I will sit here and not be distracted by anything. But I just wanted to bring you that message and just to, I guess, challenge you to think about if there's anywhere in your life where you have moments in between, where you don't have anything that you're running to, and to think about how you spend that time. And if I was a betting woman, I would probably want to bet that there's something that you do to distract yourself, to stop yourself from being bored. And for me, it would be like probably either Instagram or email. Those are my two go-tos. And so for me, it's an exercise and it's a practice to not allow those things to pull me in when there is so much joy and so much beauty in the world that I'm actually sitting here physically in. I don't have to look into my phone to see beautiful things or joyful things or to feel something. I can actually look around me and see the joy of life happening around me and be a part of it and experience it. And I think that it's just a treasure that like is right before us, like it's right before our eyes, and sometimes we don't even see it or notice it. So I'd love to bring that to you today and to invite you to explore what it might mean for you, and if it's something that you can bring into your own life. So I truly hope that this has been useful. I am off to sit and contemplate and to look around and to enjoy my surroundings in the time that I've got left. I've got about, probably only 5 to 10 minutes now. But know that I'm right there with you, practicing and learning and growing as a human being and as a woman. And I'm, just sending you all the love, and I'm wishing you the most magical day. I'll talk to you soon.